building a nest. On there. All right, Jazz, how you doing? How you been? What are these guys doing? These farmers. Oh, they're cleaning out the. Oh, look, they're cleaning out all the. Oh wow, they're cleaning out all the. Look, this is all farmers. So look, they're cleaning out all of the waterways. Right, they're down in there getting all this waterway stuff out. This is the village. These are not paid for. They're cleaning out all of the stuff, and they'll end up picking it up and throwing it onto the rice fields, cleaning up the waterways, right? They're so community focused here in Japan. They work together. These guys are clearing out. They don't rely on government work to do stuff. The community will come and they'll pick up trash around the river. They'll clean up the waterways. They'll do, put ground cover on certain areas of the rice field. Everyone working together. The local cooperatives, like they just did all this area here. So on there, so we have, I love Trump. Oh, we're nearly over, but we're not gonna. The strait's not our fault anymore, right? So the straits are not his job anymore. So he's saying, oh, the war's over, but the blockage of Hormuz is not my thing. That's other countries to worry about, not America. We started the war, but that's not our problem. He's so fucking dumb. And the report has come up that they could have it blocked for up to 6 months. And understand that we're weeks away. There's assessments that have come out that says 3 weeks, and we're hitting the third week. 3 weeks of blocks, and our, global economy starts to get rocked. So we're hitting the third week now. So and pretty much they planned this out, and Trump knew this shit, dude. They knew this shit. They knew this shit was gonna happen. This is one of the most war gamed out scenarios in the history of that region. They have war gamed this shit out with supercomputers. And Trump didn't care, and that's the problem. We have a demented, narcissist, the ultra Dunning-Kruger, and his attitude. Oh, they won't do that. Oh no, they won't shut it down. Oh, they won't dare do that. And now that they're doing it, it's just screwing everything up. People are going to lose. Understand? People are going to start not be able to pay their rents in the next couple months. It's already going to take months and months for oil to return. These facilities are going to hit. Could take weeks, months, maybe even years for the. Am I taking the school straight? For them to be fixed. This stuff isn't. This isn't like Trump's done and it's over and everything's back to normal. No, shit's all fucked up, dude. Your rent's going up. Your utilities going up. Your food prices are going up. Right. Fertilizer, farmers in America are fucking fucked. Fertilizer's gone up 70%. These guys can't even pay they're being fucked by the large seed companies, the fertilizer companies, the small American farmer now. Fishermen, guys, hey, type of one if you've seen the MAGA fishermen all like up in arms now in Florida. You guys seen the MAGA fishermen in Florida and other places, right? Completely like losing it over Trump now. You guys type one. They're they're like my diesel. I can't afford my diesel. Diesel's at $10. I mean, Trump is just fucked up. All small businesses are getting fucked by Trump, and yet there are still dumbasses like Odin in here that still support Trump. Odin, Odin. When are you going to drop out of the cult, brother? Odin, seriously, Odin. When are you going to drop out of the cult? When are you going to wake up and drop yourself out of the cult and realize that Trump is just no good? Right, Odin. When are you going to do it? No, we wouldn't. No, we would not. We would not block George, dude. Don't block. We would never block George. We love George. We'd never block George. George would be saying exactly what I'm saying. George would be like on the voice, Odin. Where are you? What's going on? No, damn Odin. Good to see you, Odin. Good to see you. I'm glad you keep coming back for a spanking. You keep coming back for a spanking, Odin. That's good. You know, maybe one of these days, one of these spankings will wake your ass up and realize that Trump is the worst thing that could ever happen to the world. It really sucks being a political prisoner for the first and second generation spoon-fed entitled presidents that didn't have the same birth style as the people they represent. I don't understand what you're saying there, Odin. Odin, what are you trying to explain? Can you put it in simple English? Yeah, so stingy. How you like them gas prices? Gone up $1, not even a week. They're gonna go up another $1. Stingy, you ready for that other $1? Right? You drive a truck. I think of all the truck drivers. They must be loving Trump right now. All right. You must be birth style. I know, dude. It's fucking stingy. How you feeling? How you liking the gas prices? Are the gas prices going down? How you like your food prices? You know, coffee's up like 30-40%. Vegetables up 50%. You know why vegetables are up, guys? Vegetables are up because you remove the people who were picking the vegetables. You understand? You understand that vegetables all in America are up 50% because they're rotting on the vine because they can't get enough workers to pick up the harvest. Literally millions, tens of millions of dollars of harvest just died on the vine. So what's the alternative? Okay, you're going to fuck over my vine because you're stupid Gestapo. All right, we're increasing the cost of the vegetables. What we have is all you get. You know, you're so dumb. MAGA are the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. They cannot think through simple problems. Oh, we take away the pickers, maybe the goddamn price prices go up. Oh yeah, shit, it went up. Oh, we attacked, the people who control the gates. Maybe they're going to close the gates. Oh, they're not going to close they wouldn't close the gates. They wouldn't close the gates. You guys are so dumb. It's a dumb. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. You're dumb. You're dumb. Hey Siri. You're dumb. You're dumb.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
You're dumb.
That's not nice.
You are so dumb. You're like a MAGA dumb. That's not nice. I'm just teasing with you, Siri, but you are dumb.
Okay.
Siri is like the AI version of MAGA, right? Yeah, if there's a human, the AI version of MAGA is Siri. Just dumb. Just plain dumb AI. Like the dumbest AI that can be. Princess Yacht? What the hell, Princess Yacht? Anyway, I know it's so bad. Gamer, what are you saying? Interesting. Gamer guy. What was that? Wasn't that the yacht that was on the one of the lakes that they were eating babies on? Is that the lot yacht? Did Trump have a yacht on Lake Michigan? What was its name? All right, so have a good day. Tell us the name of the yacht.
The super yacht he owned was called Trump Princess. It was not specifically associated with Lake Michigan.
Yeah, about the parties he had in '89.
Information from 1989 mainly focuses on his political donations and potential political interest, rather than specific parties he hosted.
Well,
is there something else you're curious?
Yeah, I'm curious about all we know about the yacht. Deep dive into all of that.
The Trump Princess was an 85.65 meter super yacht he acquired in the late 1980s.
Tell us more.
The yacht was considered a floating palace in its time, featuring luxurious amenities. It was built in 1980, and prior to Trump's purchase, was owned by a prominent businessman. Its sale in the 90s was part of his business dealings at the time.
What was its original name?
Its original name was Nabila.
That has a very sounding name, like what's another word that sounds like that?
When you say sounding, are you thinking of words that rhyme or have a similar powerful feel?
Kind of rhyme, which deals with young girls.
Are you looking for words that rhyme with Nabila or something else?
Yeah, I am. Isn't there words that rhymes with it that also has a young girl meaning?
It's tricky to find words that rhyme directly with Nabila that also mean young girl. Nabila is an Arabic name that means noble or honorable. Are you perhaps thinking of different names or concepts?
Probably.
That's understandable. Names can be quite diverse. Was there another characteristic or sound you were hoping to find?
Yeah, how is that? Isn't there reports about that boat in the Epstein files?
Reports from documents related to Jeffrey Epstein mention Donald Trump's name multiple times, including travel on Epstein's private jet. However, there is no specific information about the Trump princess being directly in the files. Is there a particular aspect you're interested in?
Well, they talk about a boat on the Michigan or something and eating babies. It's disgusting. Isn't the time frame similar to that of the yacht?
The Trump princess was owned by Donald Trump from the late 1980s until the early 1990s. The Epstein Files documents predominantly cover events and associations from the 1990s and 2000s, so the time frames are somewhat different. Is there a specific detail you're trying to connect?
Yeah, there was some detail in the files pertaining to a yacht happening, and I think there was mentions in the yacht that goes back earlier in the 80s regarding Trump. What's the oldest report for Trump? Wasn't it in the 80s? A filing in the 80s?
While Donald Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein reportedly began in the late 1980s, the comprehensive Epstein files that have been released primarily cover documents from the 1990s and 2000s. There is no specific record of the Trump princess mentioned in those files.
Okay, yeah, they wouldn't use a name, but is there any mention of any boats in those files and stuff happening on a lake?
Reports mention some claims circulating regarding Epstein's connections to Michigan, but specific verifiable details about a boat on Lake Michigan or the Trump princess in the files are not widely available or confirmed. The focus is more on different documents and testimonies.
Yeah, what was the relationship to a boat, a yacht?
Donald Trump's relationship with the yacht was primarily the ownership of the Trump princess.
No, I'm
in the
talking.
1980s.
Yeah, you're missing.
There is no substantiated
you're
relationship between that yacht and anything mentioned in the Epstein files.
No, we're not. We're not
different time
talking about
periods and
that
events.
yacht. We're talking about a general boat. I'm not. So forget that it's that yacht. Find all the information about a yacht happening in the early Epstein files.
The early Epstein files don't seem to contain specific verifiable mentions of a boat or yacht in the early 80s tied to Trump, especially with the kind
Wasn't
of detail
there a
we're describing.
report? Wasn't there reports of something like intakes, FBI intake forms that this relates to?
Some reports mention various intake forms and documents, but the specific details you're inquiring about are not clearly verifiable in the publicly released
I'm not
information.
looking for verifiable. I'm not looking for verifiable. What I'm looking for is just the information about it.
Information circulating about a boat on Lake Michigan or related to eating babies in the Epstein context are part of unsubstantiated conspiracy theories, and there's no factual basis for them in the public record. Is there a specific document or event you're trying to understand?
I was wanting you to talk through the documents. You're not talking through the documents. They're in the Epstein files. That's where they came from. So there were reports made in the Epstein files that were made, but were never followed up on, right?
There are reports that some claims and details mentioned in the Epstein files were not pursued or fully investigated. Is there a specific type of report you're thinking of?
AI, Gemini is so annoying. So annoying. Anyway, how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Trying to get Gemini to fucking talk is like, it's so gated. So how's everyone doing? Let's go get McDonald's. Is everyone doing good? Dictator would say, get off my chat. I just don't understand with everything going on in America. with sending Marines are headed there. Trump lied. Oh, it's nearly over. It's not nearly over, dude. Trump is just grifting. You know, every time Trump says it's nearly over, it's to drive the price of the stock market up. So they're pumping and dumping. You understand that, right? That's all they're doing. His insiders are using his comments, or like whatever he says is going to affect the stock market, right? So oh, it's nearly over. It goes up. Oh, sell, sell, sell. Oh, we got more troops. Oh, it goes down. Buy, buy, buy. Oh, we're done now. We're done now. It goes back up. He is a harmonica, dude. He's a harmonica playing the stock market, and all these people, all the all this markets, are all bullshit. And on that, so American troops gonna die. You know, I don't know why. I mean, dude, I'll tell you what. If I was Iran, I mean, you have to understand, MAGA. What Trump wants, what these Christian nationalists want, they want an Iran. They want us to be in Iran. You understand that? They want state-owned media. They want us all Christian fundamentalists like the Iranians. Okay, they don't want to have. They don't want to give us any freedom of speech. They don't want to give us any constitutional rights. They want to control us. You have to understand that MAGA is the Iranian party. That the Trump wants to be. He wants to be the religious leader, right? He wants to be that guy of that, and that's what MAGA doesn't get. MAGA doesn't understand that what Trump wants is America to be Iranian, right? Christian nationalism is Iranian. That's what Christian nationalism is. Doesn't want. He doesn't get. He's jealous of how much power and control that government has. That he's already putting $170 billion into building the police force that Iran has. Right? We were building the police force. It's called ICE. It's ICE, and giving them all these other powers and everything else to build this paramilitary police force. That's the shit. That's what's going on right now. Trump wants America to be like Iran, where there's one faith, it's the Christian nationalist faith. Everyone else is in detention centers or put to death. Trump would have no problem putting people to death. He's evil. He's evil. Right? And MAGA, anyone who's at this stage who are supporting Trump are literally are just like these crazy bastards. Hold on, let me go get up. I gotta go get. God damn it. Ah, I did. Right. I don't know. So, all right. Thanks, so Magic. How you doing, Magic? How's everyone good? So let's go get some fat food. Let's go get some fat food. Let's go McDonald's. I love McDonald's breakfast. That's obvious. You like fat people. Look at you, Donnie. Look at you, Donnie. You love fat people. Why are you discriminating against me being fat? You love fatties. You MAGA boys love fatties. Mhm. And you love your gay porn, don't you? You MAGA really love your gay porn. You know, my favorite moment in MAGA is agree with me. Isn't your favorite moment with MAGA is when their fake butt Christian Charlie Kirk died and they all crashed Grinder? Isn't that amazing? God damn. You guys watch so much gay porn, you crash the whole goddamn system. That is insane. God, Jim Rap's been coming in here. Jim Rap, you gotta be. Sausage, egg, muffin. Setto de. Moichido,単品、はい。オレンジジュース。はい、お願いします。Damn. McDonald's went up 60 cents. God damn, McDonald's gone up. Hey, I thought. Azri MAGA likes kids. Yeah. Yeah, more than that. That's just in what we know. That's what we know. Hi, arigato. Hi, arigato. Mindy. So Mindy, derangement is what you are, Mindy. You understand that, right, Mindy? You think girls, it's okay for your daughters to get violently raped, Mindy. That's what you believe. I don't believe that, Mindy. I don't think your daughters should be dating, right? I don't think your 12-year-old daughter should be hanging out with guys like me. No, I don't believe that. But you do. You're like, oh, it's okay. It's okay for my 12-year-old daughter, 13-year-old daughter to date like a guy like me. You know, you're okay with that. That's deranged, Mindy. Isn't that deranged? Hmm? Mindy, isn't that deranged? I mean, but MAGA thinks it's okay. MAGA thinks it's okay that their 12-year-old daughter, 13-year-old daughter, it's okay for them to date some old fucker like me, right? That's what Megan Kelly said. Megan Kelly said that, oh, yeah, it's okay. Now she's 14. She's 14. That's good. MAGA women are disgusting. Mindy, that's derangement right there. That's the definition of derangement. A MAGA woman is the definition of derangement. You know, forcing, saying it's okay for her teenage girl to date some old fuckturd like Trump. Oh, I would trust my daughter with Trump. Goddamn derangement. Mm, mm. I do like McDonald's breakfast though. What's not true, MD? Oh, so true. Mm. Where JS is. Okay, that's okay. I know, dude. 28. You guys all got the No Kings March, No Wars. Should be like No Kings, No Wars. No Kings, No Wars March. You got to change it. No Kings, No Wars. South Africa. Whereabouts in South Africa? Cape Town, Barra. I've been to South Africa. I've been to South Africa. City of Roses. I only know Cape Town. I flew from Johannesburg down to Cape Town. Long live Trump. No, he's not going to live long. That motherfucker is going to die. That guy's already dead. Have you seen how fucked up Trump looks recently? God damn, he looks fucked up. What pick? This pick? Fuck Trump. This pick? You talking about Mr. Brown? What pick? Let's see what's going on here. Let's get some music off. I got this for Tommy, but I love it too much. Rotting Hands. That's a lot of religions you love there, Starboy. Mm-mm. That's Mr. Brown. He's taking a break from the Celtics. Jalen. Oh no, he hangs out with me, John. No kidnapping here, brother. Hangs out with me. He loves my stream so much, he just likes to hang out. What's up, Tom? Mm. It looks like he's in the seat at nighttime. At nighttime, you know, if you walk by my car, it looks like there's two people in the car. Damn. Joe, Joe got like whacked by like half a dozen stakeholders. Yeah. Yeah, she did. She took it well. You know about that remark about, you know, surprise, Japan are good? Was the rest of the room, everyone laughing in the room, I thought was very telling. No. They may have to, Magic. They really may have to, you know. I just wish they would Val, the VAUGH, Val said a good thing, you know, said something I agree with. America needs a severe spanking. We really do. We need a severe spanking. We need the American people have to feel this hard. I apologize, guys. I hate for you to having to spend $10 per gallon for gas, or, you know, your rent going up 20, 30%. I really do hate that. But unfortunately, Unfortunately, Americans have to feel that pain. That's the only thing that's going to wake people up about Trump is to feel that pain. If Trump nukes, I'm telling you right now, if Trump nukes, there's going to be so many suicide bombers and shit and jihadists. America will never be safe. As an American, you'll never be safe on any plane again. It's like the fishermen now in the United States who voted for Trump. They're fighting. Their eyes are open. Their eyes are open. The cattle ranchers who voted for Trump, their eyes are open. These people aren't going to vote for Trump. They have to feel the pain, unfortunately. They have to feel the pain. That's the only thing they really understand is pain, you know? And they had their hope and belief in Trump, like he was going to somehow be the savior and look out for the little people. And he isn't. He's an Epstein class billionaire who hung out with Epstein for 15 years. You know, it was right there. It's right there, the kind of person he is. Anyone who hangs out with a pedo for 15 years and accepts a pedo for 15 years, do you think he didn't know it? 15 years hanging out with a fucking pedo? And you're surprised what he's doing to you? I mean, seriously? Seriously. Yeah, Epstein said Trump knew. Muslims are super kind, dude. They're very, if Christians were as religious as Muslims, I mean, they pray and they fast. They celebrate their relationship with God far more than a Christian does. You know? Yeah. I mean, I've never encountered a Muslim faith walking around trying to convert. I mean, have you ever experienced that? Muslims walking around trying to Jehovah Witness your ass? You know? You know, on there. My potential. I understand. I don't understand Tony. I don't understand Tony. Why? Well, I don't understand Tony. How can anyone still support Trump? He's sending our kids to die for oil again. There was no threats. There was no terrorism. There was no actions done by Iran. This was completely, Trump being in the Epstein files and being blackmailed. So what's going to come out that Trump was blackmailed. I think it's going to come out either when Putin dies, before Putin dies, he's gonna want to release the Trump tapes. All right, Putin will release the Trump tapes before he dies, only so he can fucking have a laugh on his fucking deathbed. Yeah, I had Trump all alone. He was my bitch, right? Yeah, me and Bibi, we had him. He was my bitch. Yeah, he's gonna release those tapes before he dies. Yeah, it's about hey, Mr. Trump, remember I got those tapes. You know that Barack. You don't think that Epstein didn't have Trump watch parties with the fuck of the former prime minister of Israel. You don't think that they weren't having Trump watch parties? Look at Trump. Look at him jizzing himself. Oh my God, look at the president here. You know they were all laughing. They're all having watch parties with this shit, dude. Barack was right there. Why do you think the former prime minister was there, right? Getting that. Dude, they got all the tapes. And Barack's job was to get the tapes. And you're gonna give me a copy of that. Well, oh yeah, here you go. I already made it for you, Barack. You guys are so stupid. They would have had watch parties with this shit, dude, laughing at Trump whilst he was president. Knowing that so much. They'd be like, we own this bitch. Israel's like, we own this fucking bitch. America is ours. Give us more money, right? Give us more money. That's what Israel is doing. That's what Israel, right? They own America. America is a vassal of the greater Israel. The greater Israel. And we got to break away from that shit, guys. We got to break away. Break away from this shit. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's crazy. Let's see if Tommy wants to go. Driving lessons. Maybe Tommy wants a driving lesson. Did you hear that he said to the PM? I haven't heard. I'm sure the Japanese people, right? I'm sure the Japanese. I asked my wife. I asked my wife what she thought about the Japanese comment. She was like, "It was. They don't react like we do. Japanese don't react like us." She was very much. I was surprised. She was like, "Oh, I don't care." She didn't care. It's like it's like the thing is, it's like we are the abused child when it comes to fucking Vietnam. Think of Vietnam as abuse. We're the abused child, not Vietnam. What's it called? Pearl Harbor, right? We're the abused child at Pearl Harbor, right? You understand that? We're the abused child. So Japan was the abuser. The abuser never gives much thought to the abused child. We were the abused child for Pearl Harbor. So the Japanese really aren't struck by it, because, to us it's a big deal. So we think it should mean a big deal to them. I don't even think they're taught it. I don't even think they're taught it. I guess they are, war. I can't imagine they're not. Where did that come out? Where did that come out? I'll be interested to find out where that came out. let's pivot. Was the Prime Minister of Japan, was there any sources behind the scenes that she was upset at the whole Pearl Harbor comment? I mean, they'd have to report it, wouldn't they? I mean, it's the Japanese. If they didn't, I mean, I'm sure someone, you know, have to report it that she was upset, but I don't.
Office exchange. On March 19, 2026, President Trump was asked by a Japanese reporter why the U.S. didn't notify allies before its recent military strikes on Iran. Trump responded by saying the U.S. wanted the element of surprise, adding, asterisk, who knows better about surprise than Japan? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Prime Minister Takaichi's reaction. Publicly, Takaichi's immediate reaction was visible, but entirely silent. Reporters in the room noted that her eyes widened, her smile vanished, and she shifted uncomfortably in her chair. She allowed the remark to pass without a verbal response. Behind the scenes, while the joke definitely sparked unease and frustration from Fukui to Tokyo, there have been no credible insider leaks or reports suggesting Takaichi was privately furious or expressing anger to her aides. The consensus among diplomatic sources is that she deliberately absorbed the comment. Strategic pragmatism. Takaichi went to Washington with a clear objective: to protect the U.S.-Japan security alliance amid a severe international crisis in the Middle East. Analysts view her lack of reaction as a calculated move to prevent a historical grievance from derailing a critical strategic partnership, maintaining the charm offensive. Later that same evening, she attended a White House dinner, making a point to publicly highlight Trump's warm feelings toward Japan and complimenting his family, sticking to the script. In her subsequent briefings to the Japanese press, Takaichi did not mention the Pearl Harbor comment at all. She focused entirely on the policy outcomes, specifically their discussions regarding Japan's constitutional limitations regarding operations in the Strait of Hormuz. I will start gathering the latest domestic media analyses to outline how her stoic handling of the meeting is impacting her political standing at home.
Yeah, she definitely knows how to maneuver. She's a true politician. She's a true politician. Interesting. That one. I have 20%. Oh, well. Let's go for a walk. Get my Tai Chi walking on. Let's go for a walk. Beautiful day. It was cold yesterday. Is my headset on? Hold on. Let me take my headset. All right. There you go. No wind on it. Let's get our Tai Chi walking on. Yeah, I don't know why it's so dark. Why is this thing so dark? Sometimes You can read the screen, and sometimes you can't. Everyone's working on. I should plant beans. If I see the beans are going in, I always watch other people's gardens. I think, I should get the beans in. There's an old lady working on her. That's her little garden patch right here. Yeah, but see, she did exactly what I said she was going to do. She physically went there in person to say that she didn't want to have this whole cross the ocean rift, right? And that's a classic example of dealing with a problem head on. What Takahashi did was dealing with a problem head on, physically going to White House, giving Trump a little hug, probably a little reach around, you know, whatever it takes for her to ensure that her country isn't put in any hardship because of this shit, dude. And also getting, from what I understand, crude oil from Alaska. I know. The other thing too is Japan and America were at war. And they weren't allies. I mean, she could have showed demonstrated what a dumbass. Yeah, but we were at war back then. Now we're allies. So does that So we're yeah, I know. Get that MAGA fucking pedophile out of here. I think I don't know why. I just don't understand. I mean, the world could definitely come together and get Trump out. But see, the thing is that Trump is such a loose cannon. I guess it's just too dangerous. It's like it's too much of a loose cannon. I mean, trying to force the U.S. Congress to 25th Amendment his ass. Shit like that could get Americans really kind of like, it could backfire. The moment like all the countries started to pick on America, you could create like nationalism, crazy ass nationalism in America, knowing how fucking dumb we are. It could backfire. So the more I think about it, the more I think about the external forces to forcing Trump to bend to the wheel. It's just too dangerous. He's got nukes. You know, what does someone do when they're? I mean, if he was placed in a situation where where he is forced, I mean, he could do something crazy. I know. Congress doesn't have any spine to impeach. The only thing is, Eden, Newsom is in the fucking Israel lobby, dude. That's my only. What do you think about Newsom in the Israel lobby? He's in bed with them. He's one of those elites. I wish we'd get someone else. I wish we could get someone. Mandami. I want Mandami as president. Newsom is two in that group. I hope that an Obama will come out of this. There's some good examples of folks we need. We need whoever we have as president cannot be in the Israel camp. We have to break with that. And unfortunately, Newsom is in that camp. I just, I like Newsom. All right, I like Newsom because he did stick. He kind of rose to the occasion. He made a lot of Sorry about that. I hit my fucking thumb. The mute button on this fucking device is so stupid. I was saying that I was saying that whoever we have has to be clean from Israel. That's my opinion. And even though there's aspects of Newsom that I like the fact that he basically went toe to toe with Trump. And he is super smart, but he needs to come out and say, I'm not, we're cleaning house with Israel. We're cleaning house. Right? If he came out and said, you know what, I was wrong. I'm taking no more money from AIPAC or any associated group from AIPAC, you'd have my vote. I think he'd win without a landslide if he came out and said that shit. And said, as a party, we're going to make a move that we're not going to take Israel money anymore. We're purging Israel out of our fucking system. No more Israel fucking PAC money. Yeah. What's up, Zang? How you doing, Zang? Look, Mr. Brown is taking a walk right now. I'll let him out of the car. He's taking a walk. So I don't know. But the thing is, I don't even want. Here's the deal, guys. Don't even need to have this. We don't even need to be thinking this right now. All right, I'm going to get us all corrected here. We don't need to be thinking about this right now. We just got to get through the fucking midterms, guys. We got to get to the midterms without some false flag event, some nuclear bomb being dropped. I mean, dude, he may drop. Think about it, he could drop the nuclear bomb, and then he could drop a nuke, a hydrogen bomb. He wants to drop the big. He'll drop a hydrogen. He'll drop a fucking hydrogen bomb, and then because of that, say we're at war or some other bullshit. Yeah, we're dealing with a complete nutter. We're dealing with someone who you just don't know, and I guess that's why. But the world is not going to look favorably on America if we drop a fucking nuclear bomb. And then think of how insane, right, the Sunni Muslims are going to go. Think about how insane the millions of Sunni Muslims are going to go on our ass. I mean, talk about, I'm sure many of us here, when they blew up the embassy, right? We're going to be living in that period again. We'll be living in the whole period of suicide bombers, everything else. I mean, they're going to train fucking Sunni AI. Iran is Shia. Oh, is it not Sunni? I always make that mistake. Are they Shia? I thought they're Sunni. They're not Sunni. Are they Shia? Toyota, you right? I thought they're Sunnis. No. Everyone type what they are. What do you think they are? Are they Shia or Sunni? I thought they were Sunni. God, I've been saying it wrong all this time. Yep. Yeah. They'll people will be. I mean, dude, we had military. Look what we had. We have former military people in the military. They're both. We have former U.S. military people taking their vehicles and running down Americans because they were Muslim. You don't know that, right? Remember the guy? Where was that? The military guy who took his pickup truck and ran it down the. Was that in? What was that? Where was that? Where did that happen? That was a military dude. That was a former military dude weaponizing his truck against Americans. Vegas, yes. All right. That's insane that we have. I mean, doesn't that blow your mind? Or the office, you got officers. I mean, you have enlisted people fragging other soldiers with a grenade. I mean, that shit was happening too. God damn, I gotta get that trash out there. Fuck, dude. Let's get this trash out. God damn. Look, there's that trash. I'll pick it up later. Watch me fall head first in the shit, dude. Ugh. God damn. Come here. God damn it. I'm gonna fall down in this water. Come here. Woo! God damn. I hate it when I look down and see a bunch of trash in my river. God damn. I always forget to fucking. God damn it. Shit, I can't get up there. I need more of an angle. All right. See? Should have brought a garbage bag. Grab a stick. I'll pick it up. I'll leave it out here. Gotta clean out my river. I gotta have my river pretty, you know? I gotta have my river pretty. My river. I don't have my shoes on. I got just my regular shoes on. Exactly. We're at war because, I've been seeing this helicopter every fucking day. Every day they were doing a rescue. Another back down there, but I can't reach that one. Look at this girl. I love the hawk. Look at this hawk right there. See it? It's flying. Looking for breakfast. Looking for breakfast. Just looking for a snake coming out to bask. It's just swimming along the river. It's looking for breakfast. Where's my breakfast? She's like, where's my breakfast? She's looking for a snake that's coming out to sun itself, right? Working the riverbank. She's on the other side of the riverbank, just working the riverbank. Now she's come back, looking again. It's kind of chilly. I'd say it's about 10 degrees Celsius. It's about 10 degrees Celsius, but I tell you what, the heat will warm up the asphalt, and then the snakes will come out. They'll feel that heat. Yeah, she just goes up and down the river. Yeah, she's just flying up and down. She'll stop. No, I don't think he will. I think he's really sick. I mean, only when you're this sick are you wanting to put your fucking name on everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the fact that Trump's trying to put his name on everything tells me he's really sick, right? He's trying to get his name on everything he can, right? And like all the allies, he was screaming at NATO. They're paper tiger. They're paper. That was what Trump said about NATO. They're a paper tiger. Yeah, they're fighting a war that you're not. You're a paper tiger, all right. If we have midterms, Rod is right. I mean, our big thing right now is if we have midterms, right? It's all going to come down to, do we have midterms, right? Vincent. Now Trump. You'd love to probably see Trump's face all over Trump, you know. Yeah, I know, Al. Those are some pretty flowers there. I wonder what those are down there. You see those flowers down there? See those flowers? What are those, I wonder? Where's our flower specialist in here? What are those? Anyone know? They look like a kind of, I don't know what those are. Anyone know? This is edible right here. This right here. They sell this in the grocery store right here. This here is like here. You pick it like this here. You pick it like this. Like this is how they pick it like that. And then they boil it and they eat it. It's one of the spring flowers that they eat. You buy these. This is mustard greens right here. Mustard greens. You know. Why some fucker call me from Nigeria? Someone is inviting me to a reliable crypto platform from Nigeria. Isn't that crazy? A Nigerian is inviting me to a reliable crypto platform. Oh my God. Was he a prince? I didn't get that far. I just went to block. Oh, I know. I see call coming from Nigeria. That shit's getting blocked and reported. Getting blocked and reported. You made it to Lee's. Thanks, Jack. I'm glad. Yeah, of course. I'm doing good. We're taking a walk here. All right, so there's some really exciting news that's happened, right? Do you know that in this last week? Let me give you some positive news. You guys want some positive news? You want some positive news? You guys want positive news? You want some good news? All right, some positive news. Here's some massive positive news. They figured out what Alzheimer's is, all right? So basically, within the brain, there's an action that filters out basically, think of it like waste, right? The brain creates waste. And this waste, when it gets blocked, all right, when it gets blocked, stops this stuff from being this stuff being released. Well, with AI, they figured out this receptor. They figured it out just in the last week. So this is massive for any Alzheimer's. Anyone suffering from Alzheimer's or us, we may be going to Alzheimer's. They've figured out the receptors. Another massive thing they discovered with it. This is all because of AI. Right? It's all because of AI. They've figured out there is a very, very aggressive cancer that's very hard to deal with, and they've figured out how to basically bypass this aggressive thing. Came out, right? AI is not the devil. Look what AI is doing. AI is Jesus. Look what Jesus is doing. The law the lawsuit against Anthropic is occurring right now. There's hearings, and all the different it's one of the issues with it is positive because ultimately it's going to force laws to go on the books, and that's going to be very positive. So the Anthropic lawsuit that's happening right now is going to give us more protections, hopefully, on that. Here, let me actually have. I found this new YouTuber that you guys should follow. He only has like, he's a brand new YouTuber. Let me see if I can find his ass. I'll have him tell it. Oh, the really, really, really big thing is there has been like 3 major battery discoveries because of AI. How batteries work, solid state. They've found a new it's sodium batteries which are much easier than the lithium, right? There's sodium batteries now that are going to be made, and they're so much better, compress everything else. We're going to see massive battery innovation, and the big reason for this is as this war. Remember, I said everything has a dialectic. So the dialectic is we're seeing this massive battery innovation, storage, everything else for power. So that's going to be huge, and that just happened the last couple of weeks. See if I can find the reports on it. History. Trying to find it. Why am I not finding it? This guy right here. See this guy here. There's a guy. It's called.
AI system you use was designed with some set of principles about what it will and won't do. That's what makes it trustworthy enough to use for your medical questions, your financial planning, your kids' homework. Those design principles, the capacity to say no, are exactly what the Pentagon is arguing makes an AI system unreliable. The government's position is that an intelligence system that can refuse is less dependable than one that can't. And the enterprise ripple effects are already real. CSO Online reported that security teams across the defense industrial base now face a 180-day deadline to certify that no Anthropic technology exists anywhere in their environments. Most of them lack the visibility to make that certification. Only 31% of organizations report being fully equipped to secure agentic AI systems. Only 27% have granular access controls over AI data.
Yeah, this guy is really good. It's called Shared Science. Look, guys, if you want this guy, I really recommend you follow this guy here. He's a brand new channel. He only has 107 subscribers. That's it. He has 107 subscribers. That's it. Okay? He's really good. He's really good. Probably one of the best channels I've found in a long time. Only 108 subscribers. Shared Science. 107. Really good. He's
Sodium ion shipments
here you go.
are projected
Listen.
to grow from 9 gigawatt hours in 2025 to over 1,000 within 4 years. From 9
Investment.
to 1,000
Investment.
years. Sodium is cheaper than lithium, more abundant and less geopolitically concentrated. Multiple Chinese manufacturers reaching production-ready prototypes simultaneously means the chemistry has crossed from promising to industrial. And the demand signal is unmissable. BYD dealerships across Southeast Asia are reporting surging orders as oil prices climb from the Iran conflict. A Manila location booked a month's worth of orders in just 2 weeks. U.S. consideration for electrified vehicles rose more than 20% in the first week of March. The infrastructure being assembled right now, robotic solar construction, sodium-ion storage, distributed battery systems will outlast any specific conflict. Global sodium-ion shipments.
Yeah, that was another one. That's another thing. So there's a new company out there that has fully automated, all right? There's a company out there that does fully automated solar farms, right? No humans. They can construct solar farms completely autonomous, right? He talks about that one too. That's probably another, they probably have a patent on it. That probably is another. So if you're interested for investment purposes, right? All right, it's shared, oh, say, it's not science, it's sapiens, shared sapiens. Yeah, shared sapiens. That's what, I'm sorry, I said shared science. It's sapiens on there.
The gene signatures derived from colon cancer also predicted metastatic risk in stomach cancer, lung cancer, breast cancer. The system learned something about how cancer spreads and transfer across tissue types. This echoes what the Century Report documented on March 12th, when Scripps Research's protein-folding Alzheimer's diagnostic validated across independent patient cohorts. AI systems trained in one biological context discovering signals that generalize to contexts they've never seen. For the person sitting in an oncologist's office wondering whether their tumor will stay put or travel, which is one of the most consequential clinical questions that exists, an 80% accurate prediction system changes the conversation.
Yeah.
He's really good.
At the Allen Institute for AI confirmed the broader momentum as well. He said, the fact that you can delegate quite substantial coding tasks to tools like Codex is incredibly impressive, and it raises the question, can we do similar things outside coding in broader areas like science? So think about what that means. Right now, the bottleneck in most scientific fields isn't ideas, it's person hours, it's time. There are more promising research directions than there are trained researchers to pursue them. If what Pachaki describes works, even partially, that constraint will flip. The bottleneck will stop being who's available to investigate this. But
that's a graveyard.
What questions are worth
for that village
asking,
right there.
and that is a fundamentally different kind of.
Yeah, this guy is really good. It's called the Century Report. And he's a real dude. He's not an AI dude. He gives it every day, unless he's an AI that acts really fucking human. It's really good news.
Dark tracking here really matters. The Century Report documented. Let's shift again to another story. This is about a virus that unlocks the immune system, and this is a story I keep thinking about today. Glioblastoma, the most lethal brain cancer. The standard of care for it hasn't changed in 20 years. Immunotherapy has transformed treatment for melanoma, lung cancer, kidney cancer, but glioblastoma has resisted everything. And the reason is, of course, architectural. The tumor creates an environment that is immunologically cold. It actively excludes T cells, the immune cells your body uses to kill cancer. The soldiers are there, but the tumor won't let them in. Yesterday, researchers at Mass General Brigham and Dana-Farber published a phase 1 trial in Cell showing that a single injection of a genetically modified herpes virus changed that. And here's how. The virus was engineered to replicate only inside glioblastoma cells.
What are you doing? You're not going to make it out here. You're not going to make it out here.
It produces copies that spread to neighboring cancer cells. But the killing isn't the breakthrough. What happens next is the dying cancer cells, destroyed by a virus the immune system recognizes, trigger an immune alarm. T cells flood into the tumor, a place that they were previously locked out of, and they stay active.
I'm the king of the earthworms. You know, I just saved one of my people right there. That's got to share. That was a crawdaddy. That was called a crawdaddy. One of those massive big. It was trying to get from over here. It was trying to get from over here to over there. You know, and had to save it. I saved it. I told you. I am the Messiah. I just saved that. I saved that. I just saved that. Yeah, that's a big boy. When it rains here, and the problem is, it's because of the wind. It was drying out. It was like just. So I threw it in some dark grasses. Hopefully it'll survive. You know, on there. Nah, I'm God. That earthworm's is gonna talk about how it was saved. God reached down and picked it up and moved it. It's in there. All right, I'm the God of earthworms. It's 10:30 in the morning. See, but we see that, right? I use that as an analogy to Christianity, you know, like, oh, something happens and all of a sudden it's, it was divine savior, you know? I was plucked from death. Japan is cool. Yeah, Japan is cool. I don't know why he loses. Surprised this guy doesn't have his field go all the way here. He won this little bit of land here. Maybe he's going to bury himself on there. Anyway, I like this guy a lot. I discovered him for you guys. Sapiens, shared sapiens.
GM and LG Energy Solution are retooling their Spring Hill, Tennessee battery plant. It was making EV cells, and now it's switching to LFP chemistry for grid-scale energy storage and data center power. $70 million investment. Production starts next quarter. 700 furloughed workers are coming back. By the end of the year, all LG's North American facilities will produce at least some LFP storage cells. The company is targeting over 60 gigawatt hours of global energy storage capacity, with more than 80% of that in North America. When two of the world's largest companies look at their battery factory and conclude that the fastest path to growth runs through grid storage rather than electric vehicles, then that tells you where the demand is actually pulling.
Yeah.
U.S. battery storage deployments jumped 29% last year. Long-duration storage rose 49% globally. On March 11th, the Century Report documented base power assembling 100 megawatts of battery capacity for a single Texas cooperative, enough to replace a gas peaker plant, sourced house by house. The TMLG retool here extends the same demand signal from every AI system you use. So,
Yeah, it's old
think about
technology.
this spark. A study came out recently. 61 college students used ChatGPT for a creative task. They performed better with that tool. And then when the tool was taken away, they returned to baseline. Not surprising, right? So they didn't go below the baseline. They went back to normal. But then there's a viral post that came out that took that study and turned return to baseline into permanent brain damage. They also manufactured a second study that nobody can really verify. It told millions of people that they were destroying their minds by using AI. So think about the framing with me for a minute. It's basically like you do this. Give someone a bicycle, watch them cover 10 miles in an hour, then take the bicycle away, and publish a paper, cycling permanently damages walking speed. That's the level of thinking and reality that we're dealing with here. That's the caliber of reasoning, though, that millions of people encountered, believed, and forwarded. So the debunking paragraphs, I did it in the article. That's done.
Yeah.
So think about this spark. A study came out. Now, XAI's version is louder and it surface details, but it's structurally identical. SpaceX and Tesla managers have been sent in to audit employee work. Staff have been fired based on those audits. Now, the company hired 2 senior people from Cursor, so the AI coding startup, right? Because Grok's coding product has fallen critically behind Claude Code and OpenAI Codex.
Look at these.
Internal complaints describe an organization in constant upheaval, and Musk's public acknowledgement that the company needs to be rebuilt from its foundations isn't just a concession. That 2 years and billions of dollars didn't produce what promised. So what's actually happening here? Because this isn't a story about 2 companies simply failing. It's a story about what frontier AI capability is. Now, the organizations currently at the frontier, like Anthropic and OpenAI and Google DeepMind, they didn't just buy their way there. They grew their way there. This is years of accumulated research culture, institutional memory about what works, what doesn't work, teams that have been through multiple training runs, multiple failures, and multiple architectural dead ends, facing very similar types of challenges. That kind of knowledge lives in the relationships between researchers, in the unwritten heuristics, in the organizational judgment about when to push or when to pivot. It's ecological, and that compounds, and it really resists this compression or just throwing money at it kind of approach. So when Meta and XAI both attempted was a time compression play. Take what those organizations built over years and reproduce it in quarters by deploying capital at unprecedented scale. And capital turns out to be necessary but not sufficient. You can buy every ingredient for a forest, the seeds, the soil, the water, the sunlight, but you cannot buy the forest. Forests have to grow. They require time. They require accumulated interaction between organisms that learn to coexist. And frontier AI research cultures, it turns out, share a similar property.